that?
The government's argument is that they're only taxing sanitary pads that are imported, not locally made sanitary pads.
Okay, like, we ain't in concern of that, but what we know is why, our question is, why are you taxing? Why are you imposing taxes? And secondly, we didn't
It's a necessity. It's a necessity. Why are you here, sir? Sir, what is your name and why are you here?
My name is Elvis. I'm here mainly to purpose. My main purpose here is to reject.
In marriage vows, that's what they call in weakness and strength. Don't wait to understand everything to stand with your friends. This week has made me realize that there are just too many differences between how we riot in Uganda and how it's done in Kenya. First of all, we can't take a photo like this. It would have to be Photoshop. Even I don't know of a road. Then in Kenya, I saw you guys were attacking the police. You were going on top of the trucks of the police. You were making selfie videos, provoking the police. Here, our police, actually, as you're climbing the truck, your soul leaves your body. By the time you reach the top of the truck like this, your ancestors start making room. Then I also realized that demonstrations in Kenya start slow and small, then start escalating. As we start here, you can't joke with our day one. Actually, government just has to make it through day one. The days after that, some people wake up late, some have to take kids to school, marital problems, transport. Then I saw that you guys even stole that parliament thing, the mess. By the way, that guy is the highlight of your demonstration. That guy unconsciously overthrew government. That guy is your speaker. But for us on our side, however annoyed we are, we have limits. Okay, let me say our punishment system is a bit solid. I don't even want to think about the punishment you get for stealing that thing. Your own mother will say, he's inside under the bed. I also saw that you guys demonstrate throughout the day. I really commend you on that. Because here, lunchtime kills the momentum. I also understand in Kenya, the internet slowed down. Here, they take the whole thing. And these accessories, mobile money. Then I also realized that Kenyans, they riot towards the police. We riot running away. The reason is simple. We love life. We are in love with it. We are in a committed relationship with breathing. A beating heart excites us. We are one with staying alive. Then I saw Kenyan police moving around with horses. In Uganda, if police sends out 20 horses, by evening, only 7 would return. Then after like 6 months, you will start seeing people on their WhatsApp statuses, strong horse, inbox for price. Serious buyers only. You start seeing people taking horses as bride price. Uganda is even fine. Congo! Grave. Stop it. Then I saw several Kenyans on the internet. I remember I was watching Eric Omondi on Jeff Koinange Live, and he was saying, Ruto is not being true to his word. This is not what he promised during the campaigns. And I was like, what's the definition of politics in Kenya? Yeah. The last difference, you guys smoked tear gas. The guys who made that thing have to go back to the drawing board. You know why I'm comparing Uganda and Kenya? It's because similar amendments were proposed here and they were even passed. We didn't even riot. Reason, the people who riot didn't get to know about the amendments. Probably if they had packaged the information in a TikTok video. The people who got to know don't riot. Like I was watching elites in Kenya on the streets. Here, our elites be very annoyed at home. Like, we shall not accept this impunity. This country has gone to the dogs. We shall put our lives on the line until justice is served. We shall give our lives until freedom comes to this country. likes on post. I respect the Kenyans for speaking up the way they did. We didn't. Embarrassingly. And I feel like in typical middleman culture of Ugandans, I feel next time we have a riot here, we're giving you the gig. Anyway, into what sparked off the riots. The amendments proposed in Kenya were indeed crazy, apart from the tax they wanted to add to cars. No, I was not really worried about that one. You guys are good long distance runners. You can figure something out. But the other stuff, like to afford cooking oil, you have to be like group CEO and real group CEO, not our Ugandan group CEOs. You know, a typical Ugandan can have like 7 companies. You find him seated somewhere alone, quiet, in a board meeting. The fact is, we are trapped. How? One, as a continent, high taxes make it hard for us to raise capital, makes living expensive. We have low standards of living because cost of living becomes high. We can't create jobs. We can't grow our economies. It's like we are failing ourselves. Yet, we can't run away from them. Why? You see, government revenue is supposed to be split across the entire population as they cater to the public basket of goods, that is health, education, security, blah, 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 blah. But guess the problem Kenya, Uganda, and sons have? We have a poor population. Let me explain what that is. You guys can be a family of 11 people, but only one of you works. That one person that works is the rich person. The rest of you are poor people. Mostly young, no salary, no tax, not working, yet demanding the public goods the most. Then that one person that is working is the one that has to keep being the target for all your burdens. Also, does cutting taxes mean that we are going to cut our expectations from government? We are trapped. Also, cutting taxes leaves you more money to spend, which should be a good thing, but you stop being humble, you start having complicated tests, you start affording things that people can steal, now you need more security, you start affording vacations, now you need a fancy airport, things you are not used to. Your test becomes a concern. Yet when you had less disposable income, you were humble. You stayed home. The only time thieves broke into your house, they were rehearsing. There was no pressure on government to match your test. So it turns out we can't increase tax and we can't decrease tax. So that next option we have, cut government expenditure. I mean, there's things that government spends on that just abuses tax. Can't there be a bill on the floor of parliament that just talks about cutting government expenditure? Like, we have debated so many controversial bills in the past, we have space for one more. Just like how a family functions. When cost of living becomes high, the family doesn't put pressure on the breadwinner to get another job. The first thing they do is they cut down expenditure. Stop spending on things you don't need to be spending on. Like some unnecessary thing like, don't eat chicken on non-chicken days. Like, why are you eating chicken on Wednesday? Wednesday is so useless. I don't know what I did last week Wednesday. Other things you don't need. I remember there's a time I told my father how the sleeves of my night pajamas were now starting to reach my elbows. I don't look smart. My father asked me which party we're going to wear them to. Budget cuts. And speaking budgets, I was comparing budgets from around the region. Burundi. Are you guys like fasting? Because comparing your budget with the rest of the region, it's like you guys it's like some days you guys won't be around. That figure, I mean, I really have questions. You better not plan to steal. You didn't budget. You guys forget corruption. You can't even afford saying the word. You guys can't afford misappropriation of funds. You guys can't afford mishandling office. You have zero allowance for oops. You guys are on a budget, literally. With your budget, your president has to work from home. Sorry. Then Uganda and Tanzania, considering physical size, the budget of Tanzania leaves questions on Uganda. Anyway, maybe we have expensive tests. Let's move on. But I just need to understand, why is the budget ready in June? That's the middle of the year. Like, you guys start there in the middle. This is where the confusion starts from. By July, so many of us have already quit. Now you look at me. I am the symbol of done. You can't choose to start strong now and you're counting on me. That's like waiting for 2 p.m. after lunch to say, now this day is going to know what I'm made of. At that time, all you're made of is a nap. Start of the year. Is January a joke to you? Read the budget in January. Work with the people you're reading it for. In January, we are different. We are humble. We have learned our lesson. We are living within our means. Something you need lessons on. We are making resolutions. New year, new me. We are a new being. And then government chooses July. New year, new me.
Back on topic.
So, bad taxes. Well, like, where did we go wrong? Let's first go back. You see, the Constitution says that power shall belong to the people. But then you, the people, are too many. So you set MPs to do that for you. And so many of you MPs don't resemble someone that assessed that bill. Excitement got us voting people that are still struggling with their kids' homework. And
Cut.